Spiritual care is something that people have always had through their lives. It's something they grow through it, they benefit from it, and it brings joy, it brings comfort and all sorts of things with it. But as well as that, we actually just happen to believe that prayer is effective and brings true graces and true change to what people do and how people are. And I think sometimes it's easy to forget that. We think, oh, well, after saying the rosary, someone will feel happier, then it'll be great if they feel happier. Actually, it may well be that some of their prayers have been answered, actually. And I think, we just have to remember that. It's not only about feeling good, it's about true spiritual change. One thing that we must do as carers and as all those who look after people with dementia, let's just remind ourselves that actually prayer is more than just that. It's got real concrete graces come with it. The other thing I think which is really very helpful is to have some idea of what you might do in terms of prayer and spiritual care. One thing you might do is just be with people and hold their hand and so on and so forth. Some people will particularly like to read a short passage in the Bible or to have a short passage in the Bible read to them. Others may like to say some set prayers. People who are not Catholic may like to say somewhat less set prayers. But it's about what suits and what's right for that person. One of the things that has faded over the last 50 to 100 years has been the strength of faith and belief in God around us in others. People don't see the specific imparting of grace, the response to prayer, the relationship with God. People more commonly will accept it as something which makes you feel better or is a nice thing to do. I remember one lady who she hadn't made any response all day, and she'd lain in bed, she was dying, and in fact the family gathered around and said the rosary. And on the fourth decade, she made a sign of the cross. She died that night, peacefully in her bed. The son told me 10 years later, he said he was really grateful for that. He said that sign of the cross was her last purposeful act. And he truly saw that she commended herself to our Lord, and what he saw was his mother dying well. So, sometimes it takes a while for the spiritual to soak in. Certainly when I've been unwell and in hospital, I've actually had wonderful, kind and good, extraordinary ministers bringing Holy Communion around to see me so that I could receive it. And but actually, they've often got 5 or 10 people on their list, and it's just before lunch, and they don't want to take too long, they don't want to intrude. And as a result, the communion service can be very, very short. And certainly for me, when I've been very poorly, it's been quite hard to sort of get into mode, getting ready to receive our Blessed Lord. So sometimes you need to take more time. But familiar prayers, things like the rosary, little Bible readings, all sorts of things, just a variety that suit the needs. One of the extraordinary things about dementia is to see the care and support that people give. And, you can't underestimate it, really. It's extraordinary. But, those people need support as well. And they can receive that support. They can also receive that support with the graces that come partly through what they do and partly through the prayer of others while they do it. People with a more severe dementia probably be able to make it to manage confession. But of course that's one of the reasons we have the sacrament of the sick. That's another pathway for our Lord's forgiveness and another road on the way towards heaven.